Somebody just told me that this mosque was built in 7 years, and I don't know whether you guys can see this, but there are literal cracks in the wall. So it's a very poorly maintained mosque. I mean, I've been to loads of mosques, as you probably can tell from the places that I've visited, and this is one of the worst maintained mosques I've ever seen, even though I'm having a great time.
Wazir Khan Mosque is a hidden architectural marvel of Lahore, but it's been heavily neglected and overlooked by the current and previous administrations of Lahore and Pakistan. And in this video, I will explore this amazing place and tell you a bit about its history and why it's one of the most underrated mosques of Lahore, and definitely worth the visit when you're here. But before we do that, please make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell notification, as it really helps out with the growth of the channel. Also check out my other videos that I've made whilst being in Pakistan. So without further ado, let's get into the video.
So I'm at the walled gates of Lahore, just entering the Delhi gate, and I'm with my cousin over here. Maha, how's it going? You alright? Awesome. So we're going towards the Delhi gate. So the real Lahore, this is the real Lahore. This is what I'm going to show you today. When Lahore was built, it's not as expansive as it is right now. It was very, very small, very closed. There weren't a lot of people around. So it was, and it was walled. The whole city was actually walled with 13 gates in total. So I will try my best to show you as much as I can today. I'll also go to the Vazir Khan Mosque as well. And so stick around, subscribe, and let's get on with it. So the gate behind me is called the Delhi gate, of course. As you can see, magnificent as it is. The reason it's called the Delhi gate because this gate opened to the east, okay? And on the eastern side, if you go straight to this way, you would get to Delhi basically. That's why it was called the Delhi gate. And of course, these gates in the walled city was built by the Emperor Shah Jahan in 1600s, I think. And yeah, it's absolutely stunning. Of course, wearing the colors of Lahore, as you can see. This is a kameez again and a shalwar with some boots on. And I'm going to carry on going through the gate, of course. The gate looks absolutely stunning, as usual. So there's a lot of controversy that there are 12 gates, which is a misconception here. There are actually 13 gates in total. The reason there are 13 gates is because the 13th gate is the smallest gate, and it's actually used, I think it's called the Mori gate, that's used to transport or to expel all the waste. That's why not a lot of people actually go there and enjoy themselves.
The walled gates of Lahore actually gives entry to the real Lahore. Lahore as it was and once constructed in the Mughal era. But today, in my humble opinion, it's in dire condition. These fortified walls are about 30 feet high and served as the entry point to the city.
As you walk straight through Delhi gate, I'm going to let that guy rev his engine right behind me. So as you walk straight through Delhi gate, you actually come through Chitta gate, which is another gate, which means the white gate. I do not know why, but I suppose I'll probably put it in somewhere. But it's really cool. And then you are greeted with this absolutely luscious mosque over here, known as the Wazir Khan Mosque, built by Shah Jahan. And this was built actually before the monumental, I would say, the sign of Lahore, I should say, the Badshahi Mosque. This was built before that. It's a really old mosque and it looks absolutely stunning. Really, really beautiful. And I would definitely recommend when you come through to the walled city, this is a must-see.
Entry to Wazir Khan Mosque is through a large Timurid-style Iwan over a smaller portal which faces the Wazir Khan Chowk. The Iwan is flanked by two projecting balconies, and above it is the Islamic Arabic Declaration of Faith, written in intricate tile work. The panels flanking the Iwan contains Farsi written by a calligraphist named Muhammad Ali, who was disciple of the Sufi saint Mir Mir, and it says, "To all who turns towards the Qibla in prayer, may this door remains wide open with prosperity till the day of resurrection." I absolutely loved the entrance to this mosque.
It's such a shame that such a beautiful, marvelous piece of art and history is not well taken care of, essentially. I mean, the whole place, the whole building right to the top is covered in dust. And dust is a speciality of Lahore, I must say. When you come over here, it'll be a natural thing to see dust everywhere, literally. So, don't be surprised by it, basically, is what I'm saying. It's not a very good trait of Lahoris, people who actually live here, of course. And what can I say? I mean, I'm a messy boy myself, but I mean, this is kind of tragic because something like this should be preserved to the utmost respect. I mean, look at this. Stunning as hell. And you just can't get enough of it, basically.
There are shrines and houses that surround this area, and they add an extra bit of pizzazz and gives it a unique ambiance. It literally feels like you're being transported back into the Mughal era. The only real thing that disappoints is the dust that is everywhere around this area, and I just wished that it was managed better.
One thing I would appreciate the government for, I should say, is that they're still doing some sort of restoration work right behind me. And it says on there, on that board, that it says conservation of Wazir Khan Mosque, rehabilitation of historic houses. So I think these are houses. These are not actual, yeah, so this is not, yeah. But still, you know, they're doing something which is unbelievable and really beautiful as well to see.
There are many arches around the mosque, which gives plenty of opportunity for plenty of artistic photography. But again, exposure to constant dust made it really difficult for me to enjoy this part. But if you're a fan of Islamic architecture, this place is a perfect blend of Persian Arabic mixed with Indian style buildings. There are also many decorative tile panels on the mosque's exterior. You could literally spend days exploring this place.
What a stunning mosque. Absolutely stunning. Really beautiful. So I'm reading the history of this place. Very stunning, as you can see. These arches really put an ambiance, and there's a front entrance over there. I'm taking some pictures as well. I'll put my Instagram link below so you can check those pictures out as well. But of course, this mosque was actually built by Hakim Wazir Khan, was another guy, in 1634, and he was a governor of Lahore. And at that time, this was the biggest mosque that was built in this place, essentially. And after 50 years of this mosque being built, Emperor Shah Jahan actually built the Badshahi Mosque, which is what Lahore is actually known for. Whenever you type Lahore in Google, whenever you write any of that down, when you go to the images, Google Images, you would always see Badshahi Mosque, but you'll never see this mosque. This is the most underrated place, I would say, in Lahore. And whenever you talk to a real Lahori, I would call myself one as well, because I grew up in this beautiful city. They will always recommend this masjid, this mosque, on doing it on top of Badshahi Mosque, basically. So when you go to Badshahi Mosque, this is also a must, basically, for you to come and check this place out. Wow, marvelous.
The mosque was actually commissioned by the chief physician to the Mughal court, named Hakim Imamuddin Ansari, better known by his royal title of Wazir Khan. He later became Subedar, or Viceroy of Punjab, under the Mughal Empire, and actually commissioned many monuments in Lahore. He actually commissioned this mosque in order to enclose the tomb of Miran Badshah, who was a Sufi saint and now lies in the courtyard of the mosque. Entry through the small portal leads into the covered octagonal chambers, which lies in the center of the mosque, Calligrapher's Bazaar.
One of the things that you'll realize when you actually enter this mosque is that it's really unclean. It's extremely dirty, and there's a lot of dust everywhere. That is one of the monumental, I suppose, things that will stand out to you, because of course you being I don't know who's watching this, but if you are from the West, this is pretty staggering, to say the least. Especially for me anyway, because I mean, they should really take care of this place. I mean, it's such a beautiful architectural marvel, yet I mean it's very, very messy, which is a tragedy in itself, because something like this should be absolutely preserved and taken care of.
The passage through the portal and octagonal chambers lead to the mosque's central courtyard. The courtyard actually measures approximately 160 feet by 130 feet and features high arched galleries surrounding a central brick paved courtyard, a typical feature of imperial Persian mosques in Iran. The courtyard also contains a pool used for the Islamic washing, also known as wudu, and also features a subterranean crypt which contains the tomb of 14th century Sufi saint Sayyid Muhammad Ishaq Ghazruni, also known as the name Miran Badshah, as mentioned earlier. And then we go to the main prayer hall, which was my favorite part of this mosque.
Somebody just told me that this mosque was built in 7 years, and I don't know whether you guys can see this, but there are literal cracks in the wall. So it's a very poorly maintained mosque. I mean, I've been to loads of mosques, as you probably can tell from the places that I've visited, and this is one of the worst maintained mosques I've ever seen, even though I'm having a great time. And it's just like, of course, I'm a part of history here right now, but I still feel that this is something that we as Pakistanis should preserve. So this is my message to people out there who are Pakistanis, who are living overseas, I suppose, like myself, to take part in these activities and really do their bit to make sure that this place actually looks absolutely stunning and maintains and stays the way it is, because I don't think people around here really appreciate where they are and what kind of things they have around them. Like, look at this. This is called a mohalla. There's buildings right behind me. These are houses of people who live around this area. Now, I don't know whether they realize what an amazing historical feature this place actually is, and I hope they do. That's what I aim to do with this place, with this channel, of course.
The prayer hall is divided into 5 sections, which is aligned into a single long aisle running north to south. The walls of the prayer hall, as well as the mosque, are decorated with calligraphy in both Arabic and Persian. These walls are divided further and contain unique mosaic designs, which makes this mosque one of the most ornately decorated Mughal-era mosques in the subcontinent. All in all, I would really encourage you guys to visit this place, and if you're watching this from Pakistan and live in Lahore, raise a voice so that it is kept clean and restoration works are done properly.
So behind me, well, actually right in front of me, is the wudu area. Right here. This is where people, of course, do ablution, clean themselves before prayer, and yeah, that's where you enter from. The whole masjid is absolutely stunning, really beautiful architecture of the Mughal era. As you saw from the inside as well, it's really nice. This here is I think it's a shrine, if I recall correctly. It's of shrine of Hazrat Sayyid Muhammad Ishaq al-Maruf Hazrat Miran Badshah Rahmatullah alayh. So निगाहे मेरान में ये तासीर देखी बदलती हज़ारों की तकदीर देखी. I think these were some really holy people who lived in this district who are buried, I suppose, underneath. And I'm not allowed to go underneath because it's 4 o'clock, and after 4 o'clock they actually close this place. But yeah, that's what Vazir Khan Mosque has to offer, and that's what Wall City has to offer. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope this was interesting, informational, yet also a very fun experience for you guys, an educational experience for you guys. So I really appreciate if you could like, subscribe to the channel, and really help and be part of the growth of this channel, of course. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one.